So welcome to part 2. If you haven't hit part 1, maybe you want to get there. It's a cute 5-minute clip, but we're getting deep into this conversation and, well, join the ride with us. Get to know Paul Jr. and a few little things about Urdu baggers. So stay tuned and hopefully you learn something.
What you got, Raps?
All right. Question: Why do you think cornhole's so big down here in Southern California?
I feel like, in other places where they have cornhole, say for instance, you got Las Vegas. Las Vegas has a little smaller cornhole community. You got all these rural little sections throughout the United States where, they have cornhole and they don't get the turnouts that they want. I think here in California, we have pockets. And we have pockets of cornhole where cornhole is literally a 30-minute to an hour drive to get to another area where they're gonna have big turnouts. And if you think about it, brother, a 30-minute drive, an hour drive is not that bad. All these other rural areas, cornhole is probably 2 hours in between. And that could be why they don't get the turnouts that we get. Prime example, San Diego. San Diego is a big area. They got people from East County to Chula Vista to Santee to Oceanside. All those areas where we're gonna have the tournament today, it's in the heart of all of them. It's within a 30-minute drive for everyone to come. That's why right now there's 135 people signed up. Because they're like, hey, shit, 30-minute drive is not that bad to go play in a big-ass tournament on our Tuesday. Another example, Corona. Corona is in kind of like a good essential area to where people from LA, people from San Diego, people from the San Bernardino, Redlands area could all drive to Corona. It's probably a 30-minute to 40-minute drive for everybody. So that's why Thursday at Crown City is gonna be a big-ass tournament as well. So I just think not a lot of places have the hubs that we have. We have a hub to where people could get to us. Even in Redlands, if you think about it on Escape, 2 summers ago, we had July and June. June and July, both months, every Wednesday we had over 100 players. That was crazy. My mom, dad, and me were just in awe of how many players we were getting on a consistent basis for those 2 months. People were coming from the Temecula area. People were coming from the LA area, like the Laverne area. People were coming from the high desert. It was within a radius of 30 to 40 minutes. And that's why people were able to come. And I honestly, me and my dad talk all the time. Once a tournament gets to a certain point where there's 40 people in each division, or not even that, once there's 20 people in each division, it gets to a point where people don't want to miss the tournament. They're gonna sign up. They're gonna come. And we open up the registration. We opened up the registrations. And my method of madness of running tournaments, I'm not going to disclose my secret sauce because then everyone's going to do it. But I have a secret sauce. And the only people that know my secret sauce is me and my dad. And he knew I was going to be doing this today, and he told me not to disclose it. So if you want the secret sauce, this wasn't the place to get it because you ain't going to get it. But if you observe our tournaments though, you could kind of see my secret sauce. You'll see what I do. And it's all there for the pudding. If you want it, you could just watch what I do on a weekly basis, and then you get the secret sauce. Shit. But I'm not gonna tell you right now, because if you haven't noticed it by now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And me and my dad, we have a secret sauce that it works. Clearly, it works. And we have 2 tournaments this week that are gonna be. Well, actually, one of them is with the Help Us Out by Baggers, but the one on Thursday, it's because of the secret sauce, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
When you guys first started, Just talk about how the community, how you started off, how that came about, and like who helped you, and how you guys drew like from having such small amount of players to almost 80 players a night now.
So, how we started Redo Baggers it's a unique story. Okay, we were playing at another club in Redlands, and my dad, me, Baghdad was there. If you guys know who Baghdad is still with us. He's one of our sponsored players. And believe it or not, Conway was there that night. And Conway was just getting into Cornhole. And I'm not gonna name the club because I don't want to give them any recognition. I don't want to give them any side of clout. I don't want them to, have any kind of recognition. But there was this specific club in Redlands, and Baghdad had asked a question and it said, hey, why are you guys doing something this way? Why are you guys, changing the format? Their response to Baghdad, and if you guys know Baghdad, you guys know how Baghdad means to me, what he means to my dad, what he means to my mom. Baghdad is a pillar of Redo Baggers. There is no Redo Baggers without Baghdad. Blank. That's it. This gentleman told Baghdad, if you don't like the way we're running our tournament, start your own. Start your own club. I looked at my dad, and my dad looked at me and said, hey, we have some money saved up. Let's do it. Within less than 2 weeks, Redo Baggers was created. We ordered our boards, and we decided our name. The name was the hardest part. My dad came up, like, here's what my dad's name was. My dad wanted, his name was In the Hole Cornhole. And I said, Dad, I don't like that. He said, what about 4 bags in the hole cornhole? I said, nah, it doesn't ring the bell, Dad. No, I'm not doing that. And there was another name he came up with, and it just sounded dirty. And I looked at him like, lamb, Dad, what are you doing? Like, you're disgusting. But I'm the one that came out with, Dad, we're from San Bernardino. What's short for San Bernardino? He said, Purdue. I said, okay, Redo Baggers. And he said, I like it. I like it. So Redo Baggers was created, and our very first tournament, we didn't have our boards. We didn't have all our boards made yet. So we were actually in need of help from Sandbaggers. So Sandbaggers was a club that ran out of the Beaumont area, the Cal Mesa area. They helped us out with boards. Cornhole had boards for us that we were able to use. So our first tournament, we had Sandbagger and Cornhole boards. They helped us out. Like how to run tournaments on Scorelio. So on Scorelio, which is the most important part on tournaments, was Josh from Sandbaggers. Josh from Sandbaggers showed me the beginning steps on how to run a tournament for Scorelio. So that's all I needed, was someone to show me the basics. Josh showed me the basics, and that was it. After that, I sunk in myself into that, taught myself everything else within how to run a double elimination, how to run crew cups, how to run everything within Scorelio. I could run a Scorelio tournament today with my eyes closed. Like I'm driving with my eyes closed, run a tournament with my eyes closed. Scorelio, I have mastered. So if there was like someone that have like a black belt in Scorelio, I have it. And it's been a fun journey over the last 3.5 years from where we started. We started, honestly, your question was, how did you guys start with low numbers to get to where now? We've always had big numbers. Our very first tournament, we maxed out at 60 players. Our very first tournament, we only could have 60 players because we had to be out of there on a time limit. If we could have had more players, we probably could have had 100 players there for our very first tournament. But since we were maxed out, we had a wait list of like 20 players that wanted to play with us. Unfortunately, we couldn't play with them. So the players, Emax is from Crown City, and believe it or not, Spartan was not from Purdue Baggers either. Spartan started with High Desert Baggers. High Desert Baggers is out of, the High Desert, obviously. And he started at them and he switched to us. And his first year in the ACL, we supported him, very little. It wasn't anything major, like a couple $100. And we were able to, help him out with traveling costs. And that's where he started and switched over to us from High Desert Baggers. Those two players are pillars in the game of California. They're two of the best players in Southern California. If you talk about California in a whole, they're definitely top 5 in California. I think California, their top 5 in no specific order is, Ethan, Mr. 11, Tony Forbes, Spencer Fabinar, and then it's in between, and there's a top 6. So I don't want to leave out either of these guys. There's Brunson and then there's Vasquez. And within the top 6, 3 of those players are fucking FAFO players. So look at it. Team FAFO has 3 of the top 6 players in California. And Purdue is going to have 2 of the top 6 in California next season. So I'm happy about that. And, neither of them are homegrown people from Purdue Baggers. They came from other places, but their home that is, as of right now, is Purdue. So that feels good.
Do you think they bring competition and bring more to the table when they come and play, like getting better players out of this area in Southern California?
So my dad has a segment with you on this, and I love it. And I am 100% in agreement with what my dad said on this. Players say that Purdue Baggers is not a place for them because it's competitive and, they don't want to play against the kid. They don't want to play against, Mr. 11. But in actuality, if you want to be one of the dogs, you want to get better, you want to play against those 2 players. You want to play against the George Juniors. You want to play against the Maces. Mace, George Jr., Emax, Spartan. I may be leaving out Demon Slayer, Suave, all the players from throughout our area. They come to our tournaments. And if you don't want to play against them, go to the other clubs. They don't get those players. They also don't get the turnouts we get. And they don't get the payouts we get. So if you're scared about the competition and, not wanting to play against them because, they're going to win, hey, get better, play better, be better. That's just the nature of the game. Spartan and Emax they bring competition because, one, they're not going to lay up on your ass. They're going to still throw that fucking 12 and make sure you can feel it. You just got to make sure you don't throw a 5. You throw that 5 or a 12, you can hit with 7 points. That game's game over in 2 rounds. But they do bring a level of competition that I like. It hasn't helped me as a player personally. I've actually got worse. I'm actually only good at running tournaments. I'm actually not good at Cornhole at all. My dad is really good. My brother is really good. I think my brother is better than me and my dad. And my brother plays once a month, which is crazy. But to say that those 2 bring a level of players out, yes, 100%. People come to our tournaments if they see them on there, try to get better. You got to think, Wizard comes from Ventura sometimes because he wants to play against Emax.
Wizard.
Any chance he gets to play in a game against him, even if it's rounders or even in the playoffs, he lines up against Emax. He lines up against Spartan because he wants to see where his skill set is at. Is he on the level of Emax or Mr. 11? And 10 times out of 10, he's never on that level. I love you, Wizard. You're my guy. I love you. He's gonna see this and he's gonna text me, "You're a piece of shit." But yeah, brother, with the level of skill set those guys bring is crazy. And you know, we get players from all over. But you're gonna get breaking news right now. So breaking news right now, next season, Purdue Badgers is going to be able to sponsor 2 players. And the first player is gonna be Ethan Farias.
For Ethan Farias, just 16 years old, from California, near San Bernardino.
And with the sponsorship, it's nothing major. It's just you know, some compensation for the season, and we're able to put some money away and be able to support him. And the next person is Mr. 11. Next season, Mr. 11 and Ethan Farias are going to be 2 players that we sponsor, and that they are going to be Purdue Badgers. Big thing is the last signature, Ethan Farias and Spartan both played against each other in the final. And I looked at it as both of those players play with us, and both of those players were in our club at one time. I'm not going to let that slip through my hands again. I know the players that they are. I know that Richard Nyberg is one of the best players in the nation. And I know Ethan Farias is by far one of the best young talents coming up and one of the best players coming up. And I want to be on their jersey. So my mom and dad and I have both said, all 3 of us have said, we're not going to miss an opportunity where we could be on TV and have our logo on there. Does that mean that we're going to get anything from it? No. We're not going to get anything compensation-wise coming back from that because there's nothing that we're going to gain from it. I just want us to be on that jersey on national TV and know that those 2 guys are going to represent us, and they're going to always know Purdue Badgers has their back. Emax knows that, Spartan knows that, and next season, it's not a big conversation, but we're going to be able to take care of that, you know, with the upfront cost to get them started for the season. So, Emax and Spartan, you guys are hearing this right now. Welcome to the team. Team Purdue. We're going to be on your jersey next year. And I know you guys have to accept the offer and say, oh my God, yeah, sure, accept it. Motherfucker, you both accepted it right now. So, like it or not, you're on Team Purdue. Emax, you're going to be on Team Purdue and Team Papo. And Spartan, you're on Team Purdue and Team Brotherhood.